So, as it's energy balance yoga, we have our oracle card. And today, I'm very happy to see this little fellow back. It's Pan, fertility, music, dance, expression. Yeah, now's the time. New projects, new sprouts, new things coming up, which is kind of relevant because it is like back to school time, but it's also been a big full moon and also autumn equinox tomorrow. So it's potent and interesting. And with that, we're going to start our practice. Almost forgot. Where'd we be without the bell? So let us begin. We're going to begin seated today because we're going to be in the middle. We're just starting up again. Quite often this one I like to start standing, but you know, I think this is the way to go today. So we're going to start having a little rock side to side, just finding our seat. And then when we think we've found our seat a little bit, just sitting nice and tall. And we're going to chant the mantra Om. And we're going to do this 3 times to get ourselves warmed up and into our yoga vibration. So sitting nice and tall. In fact, let's just give our spine a little bit of a wake up. So interlink the fingers. We're at the end of the day, so might be a little bit kind of groggy in the back. Interlink the fingers, breathe in through the nostrils. Exhaling, pushing up through the arms, straighten up through the elbows, but keep the shoulders down. Almost a little squeeze between the shoulder blades. Back of the neck is long, really lifting those ribs, lengthening through the waist. Breathing in and out through the nostrils. Feel that you're really holding your center, this band around the middle, holding, but also giving it space to lengthen. One more breath in and exhaling, lowering the arms down slowly to the sides as you breathe out through the nostrils. And let the hands rest on the knees. Give the knees a little bit of a circle and a bit of love. Let the hands rest there, nice and easy. Close the eyes just to keep a little bit of inward focus, just to check in with yourself briefly. How do I feel today? How is my energy? And noticing how it is now so that we can see what changes, what shifts, how we transition from before yoga to after yoga. Good. So breathing in deeply. One more, let your sound out. Just notice how that feels in your body, in your mind space. And just feeling your breath moving in and out through your nostrils. Yeah. Lift the shoulders, breathing in. Squeeze them right up to the ears and out through the mouth. Let them drop. And again, breathing in. Hold for a second, then out through the mouth. And again, one more time, breathing in. Let them drop out through the mouth. Good. Roll the shoulders back. Let's just ease out the tension in the shoulders, in the neck, in the upper back, rolling the shoulders back. So another one there, and then rolling them forwards. Yeah, easing out, squeezing out all the tension, getting them really high up by the ears, forwards, and opening up the chest as the shoulders go backwards. Trying to find the full range of movement in that shoulder joint. Yeah, it feels good. Okay. So now take the right hand to the left shoulder. And we're going to do this sweep across the body to the right hip with this energy connection. 2. And we do 3. Nice and smooth. And the left hand to the right shoulder, sweep right across the body to the left hip. 1. Right shoulder to the left hip. 2. We do 3 of these and 3. Good. And then we're going to just take the hands onto the knees there, lift up the chest, lift the heart. And we'll keep that front of the body really long. And we're going to just do these little circles to warm up the lower back. So inhaling, lift, exhaling, leaning forwards and around to the right on the inhale, exhaling, leaning forwards, keeping that integrity of the spine, exhaling, leaning forwards, strong belly. All the time there is an awareness in the abdominals. Probably when you lean forwards, you're going to need a little bit more extra impact here. Exhaling, and see if you can make this a really big circle. Exhaling as you lean as far forward as you can, inhaling around to the right and back as far as you can. Just enjoying this circling motion. Exhale on the front half of the circle and then inhaling on the back half. Come to center. And let's do the humming sound on the exhale now. So inhale, lifting and lengthening here. Lift the chest, but drop the shoulders down, back of the neck long. Forwards and then to the left this time. Keep the back upright, strong. Coming to the end of your hum, come to center. Let's lift the knees up. Just let the face fall to the knees, hug the knees, breathing into the nostrils. Sigh out through the mouth. And again, breathing into the nostrils. Sigh out through the mouth. Good. And we'll come onto all fours now. Hands underneath the shoulders, spread the fingers wide. Feel the ground with the hands. Knees underneath the hips, space between the knees. So let's do this opposite movement. So we inhale, take the right hand forward, left toe back, exhaling, bringing the hand underneath the ground. And then we swap, breathing in and exhaling. Don't forget to also change where your gaze is going. So you're looking forwards on that inhale, exhaling, bringing the knee and hand down, looking down to between the hands, inhaling and exhaling. So it's a strong dynamic on that inhale, extending and then relaxing and releasing on the exhale. Try to make sure that you're not locking the elbow. So when you switch hands and you're on one arm, try not to lock that, because look what happens, the shoulder comes forward. So we keep that nice and open, to keep the chest nice and open. Inhaling and exhaling. Moving in time with your breath, inhaling and exhaling. Noticing how it feels, shifting that balance. You have to really use your core, use your abdominals here to keep that steady. That's what will help the balance here. We're lengthening this as well, lengthening and engaging the center, the middle section. Inhaling, looking forwards, exhaling, coming down. Let's do one more each side. Inhaling and exhaling. This is really waking the body up as well. And of course, the cross-lateral motion, connecting the body and brain. Sit back into the heels, extend the arms forward, bring them forward to the ground, breathing into the nostrils. And sigh out through the mouth. Let go. Let go of the day. Create some space. Take some space for this time when we're moving from the day into the evening. Yeah. Breathe in and then sigh out through the mouth. Spread the fingers wide if they're not tall. If you've let them go a bit limp, let them spread wide and engage the whole of the hand with the ground. Use the inhale to come up to all fours. Use the exhale to let the hips come forwards. Open the chest. Drop the shoulders down. Expand across the chest. Inhaling, coming to all fours. Exhaling, sending the bottom back. Really breathe everything out. Really push back through the hands. Really send the hips back towards the heels. And then at the end, beginning of the inhale, it lifts you up to all fours. And the exhale, you're letting the hips fall forwards, opening the chest. So we're expanding across the front of the chest and also lengthways from, let's say, from the chin to the belly button. Exhaling, inhaling, and exhaling. Moving with your breath. Try and feel that your breath is moving your body. So it creates ease and expansion. Ease and expansion. Inhaling and exhaling. Yeah, move. Flow with your breath. So we're not waiting here around at the end of the out breath. We let the inhale to scoop us up. Full inhale and exhale sends us back. One more. Inhaling. And again, we're really engaging with our spine, the front of the body, the back of the body. Really feeling, getting it warmed up a little bit. And also connecting the body with the breath. So let yourself sit back. This time sweep the arms back into the pose of the child, back to the hands, rest on the ground. Really let the elbows and the shoulders flop forwards. And again, breathing into the nostrils, sighing out through the mouth. Good. Yeah. So I'm going to slide the hands forwards. I'm going to come into a puppy dog. So it's a small version of the dog. So you're keeping the forearms down, but you'll need to take the elbows a bit in front of the knees. So maybe a bit bigger space, but you'll find out when you come up. So we want to try and keep those elbows fairly close together. And the forearms are like two train tracks. They're parallel. What your hands will want to slide together, but try and keep the elbows squeezing together and keep the chest strong. And the forearms is really stuck. The forearms, the upper arm is really strong. So tucking the toes under, lifting the knees off the ground, and see how that feels coming into puppy dog. Breathe. Try to make sure your hands aren't sliding together. You're looking back towards your toes. You might want to see how the backs of the thighs are. This is kind of harder, more difficult on the hamstrings, the backs of the thighs. This puppy dog. And then we come back down. And we sit back into the heels. Some people prefer that one to the downward dog. And it's actually very good if you have problems with your wrists. It's a good alternative. So have another little rest, maybe a breath in through the nostrils. Sigh out through the mouth. Release the backs of the shoulders. Now we're going to come to downward dog. So engage those hands again with the ground. Spread the fingers wide. Use the inhale to come to all fours. Exhale. Inhale, tuck the toes under. Exhaling, lifting the knees off the ground. Let's just walk the dog a little bit. So looking back towards your feet, spread the fingers wide. Bring the left heel down, bend the right knee, bring the right heel down, bend the left knee. Keep the body long, keep the tummy tucked in. Breathing into the chest, create space between the shoulder blades. So making the chest really open. Shoulders away from your ears, soft bend, slight bend in the elbow. Feeling the ground, pushing back through the hands. And just bringing the heels down, seeing how they feel, the hamstrings feel, back to the thighs feel. We'll take a tiny step to the right with the left foot. We're going to do a leg lift with the right leg. But if you need to have a rest in between, you can. Just come down to your knees and then return up to downward dog. Otherwise, lifting the right leg, pointing the toe, pushing back through the hands. Breathe. Really opening and extending that right leg, point the toe, and then bringing that down on an exhale. Meet that right foot, so kind of right against it, so almost replacing that left foot. And lifting up the left, pointing the toe, pushing back through the hands. Really making that right leg nice and strong. Grounding through the hands, pressing into the hands, the whole of the hands, and the fingers and the thumbs. And then bring that left leg down. And then you'll be glad to know we're going to walk feet towards the hands. So the leg is getting a bit more woken up. Bend the knees, let the body hang. Let's have a little sway here. Bring the weight into the right foot and then the left foot. Have a slow sway. Shifting the weight, letting the arms hang forwards, letting the head hang and loll. Breathing into the nostrils, out through the mouth. Just enjoying that weight of the body hanging, the head hanging, the arms hanging. The whole of the body from the hips upwards is hanging. Knees are bent, of course. Legs are working. Now let's just let ourselves imagine a sunrise. We're going to imagine the sun is rising and it's starting at the base of the spine. It's lifting up. And the sun is rising. It's coming up over the horizon. Knees stay bent. And we're uncurling, unraveling. Keep breathing in and out as you uncurl. Hips are coming forwards, belly, chest, and coming up to standing. Okay. So we're standing now. Standing. Let's just move and breathe. Feet to hips width apart, parallel. So we start with the fingertips just together. Inhaling, coming up, lifting the heels off the ground, bringing the hands together. And then exhaling, bringing the hands down. Palms are coming down, heels are coming down. Keep the breath in and out through the nostrils. Inhaling, coming up. Stretching up, pushing off the toes, the heels are lifting high. And then we're exhaling, we're turning the arms. So it's a twist in the arms that happens here. At the bottom, you might want to just touch the fingers. So we're just finding our balance, finding our feet, inhaling, coming up. Really lift up, push off those toes, and exhaling, coming down slowly. Heels coming down slowly. Hands coming down slowly to touch. Let's do a couple more of these. Inhaling, stretching up. Lift the heels high. It's like you're really trying to stretch your feet out. And then exhaling, coming down. Drawing this beautiful circle as we extend the arms and the fingers extend away from us. And the hands are open up as we're lifting up. Inhaling, touch the fingers at the top. And then exhaling, turn the hands. Hands are coming down. Heels are coming down. Fingers just touch at the bottom. Good. So we're just going to come into a cross crawl now, cross lateral movement. We start this with the cat on the ground. So now we're going to lift the left knee, meet it with the right hand, and then we're going to go the other way. And we're just moving quite slowly, actually, to just give our brain a chance to coordinate with the body. They may have become disentangled, the body and the brain, during the day. And we end up often being very much a kind of thinking, heady brain space, and forget that we've got this body. So we become more embodied, more connected. Good. And then we'll come into a different version of this. Take the left leg out to the side, right arm is going over the head. The lower arm can copy the upper arm if you like. So kind of making this little circle around the head. Really taking the leg far out as you can to the side, breathing in and out through the nostrils the whole time. So this is limbering and warming the body, and also engaging a little bit of coordination and balance here, of course. Shifting the balance from one side to the other. And to bring a bit of lightness, we bring the weight onto the right, the ball of the right foot. So the heel's off the ground, we just have a little bit of bounce on there. So the weight is off that left foot. And we take the left foot behind. So we just take it behind the right foot, right leg. So we're trying to look at it, look at the base, and we give it a little smack. Whilst that's happening, the other arm's going over the head. And then we keep that lightness on the ball of the foot. So we switch, and we keep on the balls of the feet, on the fronts of the feet. And we get this lovely little kind of happy little dance going here. Breathing in and out through the nostrils. Just gets everything moving. Movement. Movement is the key. Movement's the answer. Keep everything moving. Movement to the body. Let the thoughts move. Don't get too fixed or stuck or captivated by any particular thought. It's going to keep happening. So we keep our focus on our present moment awareness. Feet about shoulder width or even wider. Knees are nice and soft, and we'll just come into these twists. So we're keeping the spine upright and engaged. We're not letting it flop. Chest is nice and open, but we're turning on our center, on our axis. And we bend the knees to soften that. Everything else is soft, but the spine is staying upright. And as you find yourself turning a little bit deeper, you might want to come up onto the toe. So we're just turning and feeling the air as the arms just move freely through the space. And the arms aren't doing anything, they're just free. They're free from actually making any effort. They're just hanging and moving, and the body is moving the arms. Good. Bending deeply into the knees. It just makes it so much more fluid. And then let everything come to a stop. Relax the hands onto the lower back. Wake up that dormant energy, the subtle energy of the body. Kundalini. Prana. Make some sound. Feel your sound in your body. And then we take those hands on the front of the hips. Yeah. And then we take the hands onto the heart space, into the whole chest area, in fact, the whole front of the chest. Just enjoying your sound. Releasing that is. Let's rub the sides a little bit, the sides of the ribs, give them a little rub. Okay. And then we take the hands and we give ourselves a little shampoo. This big, heavy head, all its thoughts, and this skull wants a bit of breaking up. We want to break up all the gristle. So we're going to dig our fingers into that skull, make our hair really big. Have a big, frizzy head. Okay, yeah, feels good. Particularly get around that very base edge of the skull, get your thumbs along there. Really dig in there. Just find that release that we get from there. And also another good area, it's the temples, just get the middle three fingers in circles in this area. And let's move down the jaw, just loosen the jaw. By the end of the day, you can get so much tension in the jaw, mouth, lips, tongue. So just kind of make your whole face like kind of dough. Yes, good. Okay. So now we're a bit more limber. Let us come to the front of the mat. We're going to come into some standing postures. So we're going to start with triangle. I'm just going to change this slightly drooped. It's slightly drooped. So I'm just going to place that. That's a bit better. Hopefully that's going to stay. That's better. So we stand at the front of the mat, feet hips width apart, parallel with the feet. And we're going to bring the weight onto the left foot, step back for triangle with the right. So one of your leg lengths is about the right length. Right angles with the feet, square the hips, breathe in, lift the arms up, breathing out, bring the arms down to shoulder height, breathing in, open the palms wide, open the chest, and then on the out breath, reaching over to your left, as far as you can, then down, not so far that your right hip is coming forwards, but just so that you feel that you're making an effort, but you can still keep your body in one plane if you like. So that hip is staying there, staying above the other hip. Right hand's going up into the ceiling. We're trying not to have this shoulder right up by the ear. We're trying to give it space. So we make the neck long. We drop the shoulders down. We drop the right shoulder down behind us, pressing the left shoulder forward, and also soften the knees. Everything starts to become a bit more lively, a bit more engaged, and we're not sort of locking everything up. Looking up at the right fingers, neck is coming out of the spine, in line with the spine rather than hanging. Breathe. Also check your feet, wiggle your toes to make sure you're not gripping the ground, but feeling the whole of the soles of the feet. And then you're going to bend into the left knee, coming back up on the inhale, lowering the arms on the exhale, bend into that right knee, bring yourself back to the front of the mat. Take a moment there, shift the weight to the right foot and step back with the left. Same distance for triangle on the other side. So feet in one plane if you can. And then get the hips level to themselves and to the long edge of the mat. Breathing in, lift the arms up, lift the chest. Exhaling, bring the arms to shoulder height. Inhaling, open the palms up. Expand the chest. Exhaling, reaching over to the right and then down. Make contact with that right leg. Front or back of the hand. And reaching up to the ceiling with the left fingers. Drop the shoulders down, both of them down away from the ears. Make space between the ears and the shoulders. Soften the feet, give the toes a wiggle to check you're not gripping. Soften the knees, just give them a little bend. Notice when the tendency is to lock, and then we're disengaging from our body really by using locks. Breathe. Still keep everything lively and able to move. Feel the breath in your body. Use the inhale to come up, really bending into that right knee, just to keep that soft. Inhale, exhale, the arms float down, and then bend into the left knee and bring yourself back to the front of the mat. Just give everything a little shake. Let's have a little shake here. Let's have a shake. So we're bending, we're having the knees bent, but we're just going to give them a shake. Then the hips are going to go, and then the shoulders are going to go, and we're just shaking it all up. Why not give it some sound as well? Everything just wakes up and reconfigures a little bit. I'm going to come into Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. So weight again on the left foot, a bigger step back with the right foot. How's that going? That's stepping back and stepping forward. Get the hips level to themselves and to the long edge of the mat we're facing. Inhale, lift the arms up. Lift the chest, breathing out, bring the arms to shoulder height. Breathing in, expand between the fingertips. Engage those arms, but keep the shoulders down. Exhaling, bending into that left knee and extending back into that right heel. So we're getting that dynamic between the left knee and right heel, then moving away from each other. Look down the left arm, drop the shoulders down, lift the chest. So the body's really long and upright. Lengthen through the waist. Keep thinking about or just checking in with the distribution of weight between the feet. And also have another little check and make sure that knee, that left knee, the front knee, is not kind of dropping inwards. Really opening the hips there. And that helps. The pushing back into that right heel will also help that dynamic. So there's a slight pulling back. Imagine someone's pulling your right hand back slightly to prevent you from leaning forwards and putting all the weight into that left foot and left thigh. So you should feel that right thigh really working and that right buttock as well. Come up on the inhale, lower the arms on the exhale, bending into the right knee. Give yourself lots of a good bend there so that you can spring back to the front. Weight on the right, step back with the left. Big step, big warrior step. You might even want to creep that back a bit. You can go a bit wider. Get the hips level. Point the tailbone down, strong belly. Breathing in, lift the arms up. Lift the chest. Breathing out, bring the arms down to shoulder height. Drop the shoulders down. Inhale. Expand across the chest. Exhaling, bending into that right knee. And it's hovering above the right ankle as you press back into the back edge of that left foot. And the back edge, the outside edge of the left leg. Strong thigh. Left buttock is engaged. So they're pressing away from each other. Have that sense, that dynamic. And feel the body's lifting up out of the hips there. Neck is long, looking down the right arm. Feel that you are steady and stable. You're not gripping anything. Everything is moving away from the center, extending, expanding, breathing. Feel the fullness of your experience. Good. Feel every breath. It's a brand new breath. And come up on the inhale. Lower the arms on the exhale. Bend fully into that left knee to spring you back. Let's just take a moment to come into our squat, just to free the hips up a little bit. So get the feet good distance apart, feet pointing out at a little angle. The specific angle and distance is really individual. So, you might want to experiment with that. If your heels are off the ground, put something underneath them, cushions, blankets, blocks, books, anything. So you have something stable, you feel a sense of stability, and then you can just release into the ground. Backs of the hands rest on the ground, head hanging. So we're exposing the back of the neck, we're relaxing the arms forward, letting the body hang between the knees. Really let go of everything. So take a deep breath into the nostrils. Sigh out through the mouth. As you do that, really give the weight of the head to the neck. Release the shoulders forwards fully. There's a real surrender in this, a letting go. Give it a sigh to increase that release. Good. So we slowly lift the head up. Let's just give the hips a bit more space. So we bring the hands together. We lift the chest. So it's almost like we're growing up out of here, and feel the chest is coming towards the hands. Then we're pressing the elbows into the insides of those knees. But it's important we take the chest forward, otherwise we might kind of fall back. If you're finding that's happening, then you might need to put something underneath your feet, or you might want to put some cushions or a small stool underneath your bottom to support you as you're getting more used to the squat. We don't squat very much in normal life, so this maybe feel very unfamiliar. But I would suggest it's a good idea to get more familiar with it. So find opportunities to squat. Then we'll release that down, bring the hands to the ground, pressing into the hands, knees are bent, let the body hang again in ragdoll. Breathing in through the nostrils, out through the mouth. Release again. Leave the arms hanging forwards. Amazing how much release can happen just from giving the weight of certain body parts, giving it to the ground, giving it. Allowing gravity to do the work for you. So again, we feel that sunrise happening. It's starting with the base of the spine. It's lifting up. Sunrise coming up through our center. Knees stay bent as long as you can. Head stays heavy. Arms stay heavy. Breathing in and out through the nostrils. We're slowly uncurling. Slowly uncurling to standing. When we come to standing, let's just roll the shoulders back. Yeah, a few times. Okay, let's come into a balance. So we're going to come into Heron balance, moving and breathing. So we start by bringing the weight into the left foot. Get yourself steady, maybe bend the knee slightly, and the weight is off that right foot, but you can keep the toes on the ground there to begin with. I like to have those fingers touching when we make this arms up and down movement. It's just a nice completion. So we inhale, lift the right knee, lift the hands up to the ceiling, lift the knee high, and exhaling the arms come down and the right leg comes down. And then we switch the weight, touch the fingers. Inhale. Lift the knee really high. As that knee is coming up, really have a sense of pressing into the ground with the right foot and extending upwards. And then when you release down, everything is softening and coming down to the ground. You can go a bit faster if you're finding it difficult to balance. And if you're finding it really impossible, the other alternative is holding onto a chair, and you can take one side at a time. So you can kind of just do one side at a time and then do the other side, put the chair on the other side or the wall, whatever you feel is good for you. Just continuing here. Inhaling and exhaling. I'm going to give you an extra extension version. So you can stay with this version, but if you want to go the extension, if you want to really test your balance, the inhale, same thing. But on the exhale, this time we're going to push the foot out, blow the arms down. And the inhale, lift again, and exhale. Try and keep that last exhale as long as you can. It's difficult, that lowering the legs slowly. Inhaling. This is the whole body involved. Exhaling. The foot pushes out, the heel pushes out. The inhale lifts up again, and the exhale lowering down. Shifting the weight. Inhaling. Lift the knee high, lift the arms high. Exhaling, pushing the heels out, the hands coming down. Inhaling, lifting the knee, lifting the arms up. Exhaling, lowering down. Good. Let's do one more. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. And exhaling, slowly lowering down. Okay. Let's just take a moment to stand in Tadasana. Tadasana Anjali. Anjali Tadasana, rather. Bring the hands together in the prayer position, pressing the hands together evenly, but lifting the chest towards the hands, dropping the shoulders down, back of a neck long. So you get this, rather than it could be just like this, but what's really interesting is when we really think about our posture. We actually gain a lot of height there. And also thinking about the feet sinking into the earth, as if you're the mountain embedded in the earth. Press the hands together and feel the crown lifting. So you feel a sense of the earth, you're grounded, you're stable, you're really set into and belonging to this earth, whilst also having this sense of connection to the cosmos, the silver thread connecting you to out into the deep universe, and the feet sinking into this earth. So you have this weave of the two. I wouldn't even say it's a double thing. It's a weave. It's a continual weave. And even close your eyes now. Soften the knees, lift the chest. Think about the tailbone pointing down, strong belly. Everything is engaged. And you're extending the body in two directions. Feet sinking into the earth. Crown at the top of the head lifting up into the universe. And the hands pressing together evenly. So there's a oneness in this duality that we experience. We feel the breath moving. Continual inhale and exhale, taking care of itself. Our life force there, present. Open the eyes and soften and relax. So let's come into some moving and breathing again, this time with the half sun salutes. So we start again, feet, hips width apart, parallel. Breathing in, lift the arms up, bring the hands together, look up to where the hands are going. Exhaling, bending the knees, fingertips come to the ground. Knees are still bent there, but then the knees straighten up as you look forward and the hands just come to your knees, and we have a straight back, straight legs, straight arms. Exhaling, forward bend. Straight legs, keep the legs straight there. Now bend the knees a lot. Push up, use the strength in your legs, use the inhale to reach up, and the exhale, the arms are coming down. So that's a nice, smooth, steady, continual movement. Inhaling, look up, exhaling, the chin and the chest is coming forward, the knees bend, the fingertips touch the ground. Inhaling, straight arms, back leg, look forwards, open this chest here, and then forward bend with the straight legs. Bend the knees, inhaling all the way up, exhale. Really expressing your breath through the movement. Inhaling, exhaling, bending the knees, strong belly here, strong back, fingertips touch the ground. Inhale, look forwards, open the chest. Exhaling, forward bend, bend the knees. Breathing in, reach up. Strong inhale, lovely, long, slow exhale. We'll go a bit faster. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, fingertips touch the ground. Inhale, look forwards, hands on the knees, look forwards. Exhale, forward bend, straight legs, bend the knees a lot. Breathing in, push up through the feet. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, reach for the ground, bend the knees. Inhale, look forwards, press against the knees. Exhale, forward bend, hands come to the ground, bend the knees. Extend up. Inhale. Look up, exhale. Really express your fullness of your breath. Make it expansive and audible. Inhaling and exhaling. Fully empty out. Bend the knees. Inhale, reach up. Fill yourself up with that inhale. Exhale. Let's do one more of these. Make it really mean something. Inhale, expand, extend, exhale, empty out, touch the earth. Inhale, look forwards, heart's flying upwards. Exhale, forward bend, fully breathe out. Expand the backs of the thighs there. Bend the knees a lot. Inhale, last time. And exhale, arms coming down. Good. Take a moment, I'm going to power the legs up. One way of looking at it. The chair. So just checking your feet, lift the toes, place them down. Have a moment to check in with your feet. And lift the heels and place them down. Maybe again, lift the toes and place them down. And lift the heels and place them down. It's a great way to immediately bring your attention into your feet and get them away from, well, where we think of our mind being here, although it's not really, it's kind of everywhere. But we kind of make that distinction. We're in the feet and we're on the earth, earthing So we're just looking at the feet and moving them and bringing our attention to our feet. And actually imagining the feet have the same sensitivity as the hands, which they do have. So feeling the surface of the mat and the ground beneath it. So we're going to come into chair now. Now we've got some nice strong earthed feet. So we inhale, lift the arms up, they're going directly up in line with the whole body. And as you exhale, the first thing, as soon as the bottom starts going backwards, use the abdominal strength. And the knees bend, and the bottom goes backwards, and the whole of this line, and the arms and the body is staying in one line, and also the neck is staying in line with that. So it means that you're not looking at the hands, we're looking down at the ground. And breathe, strong, strong belly. Keep this extension as if the fingers want to reach the ceiling and the bottom wants to reach the ground. Try and keep the legs strong, the space between the knees is even. Breathe deeply, dig deep with your breath. Now use the inhale to come up, and the exhale, the arms come down. It's going to feel good after that, good. So we're going to come down to the ground in a squat. So we're repeating that, but it's really up to you, the speed and the intensity. So you have the power there. Breathing in, lift the arms in front of you, taking the shoulders back. Exhaling, we're going to sit back again. So again, abdominals have to engage, but we're keeping the arms going forward to balance that out, to counterbalance. And breathing in and out the whole time. See how slowly you dare to do this. And when it gets to that difficult bit, when we're really getting close to the ground, then make sure you catch yourself before you fall. Let's just bend, bounce the knees in front of us. We're going to come into forward bend, so we just take the fleshy part back a little bit. So we have a bit more of a sitting forwards position. Legs come together, toes pointing towards the ceiling. And we'll get ourselves prepared with the rod, Dandasana. So we put the hands either side of the body, making sure we're not leaning back or leaning forwards. The arms stay in line with the body. You can see that. Toes, really open the toes as much as you can. So we've got full view of the toes, and we can really play around with them, give them a good wiggle, and then really see if you can spread them out. Good. And the legs are together. Lifting here from the chest. It's as if someone has a thread and they're pulling, it's going upwards. So you really feel the front of the body getting long. And the shoulders sit back as if you're leaning against a wall, and the chin is tucked in as if, also the back of the neck is long, and your back of your head would touch the wall if it was there as well. And press the shoulders back to that imaginary wall. And breathe deeply in and out through nostrils. Breathing in and breathing out long. And then we'll release. Just for a moment, just to release that and relax the feet down. Let's have a see how that feels. And then we're going to engage again. So toes pointing towards the ceiling, sitting up nice and tall. Inhaling, stretch the fingers up to the ceiling. Backs of the hands you're looking at as you take the chest forwards, not just the arms. The arms just kind of moving through space, and they're going to just land. So rather than stretching forwards, think about the chest leading. The chest, the middle of your chest, the sternum is looking at the big toes. You can have your hands on the legs or on the ground, doesn't really matter. If you are finding yourself fighting or wanting to achieve, close your eyes and switch off that visual, that kind of goal seeking, wanting to achieve part of the self, and instead have that internal experience of your breath, your body, and what it is to really let go and soften on that out breath. So the only work here is maybe feel a sense of lifting up and coming away from the legs on the inhale. As you exhale, the chest is coming forwards. So we're keeping the spine really long, keeping the shoulders down away from the ears. And the only other thing to really focus on is emptying all that breath out. On the exhale, empty. Breathe everything out. And on the inhale, just let that body come away from the legs slightly, so you've got some space to move forward. We have to always come back slightly to come forwards. There's always a kind of slight, that kind of pull back to come forwards. Breathe deeply. Feel yourself releasing and sinking, giving the body some time and space. Some time and space. And the body will give you some space and more kind of openness and release if you give it some time and space. And breath, of course. So let's come back up. Inhaling, we'll lift the arms up. Exhaling, lower the arms down. Bring the hands behind you, fingers pointing forwards. And then you have a choice. You can either lift the chest, you can try each one and see which one you want to stay with. We're going to hold it for a couple of breaths. So lifting the chest, the bottom stays on the floor. Or if you want to, bring the feet onto the floor and come up into a tabletop and hold this. Or if you want to, and you're feeling a bit stronger, you can come up into a hip lift. So choose one of those and see if you can just hold that whilst you breathe deeply. In and out through the nostrils. One more breath in. And lowering down from wherever you are, or softening on the out breath. Okay. Let's just lower down here. So we extend the fingers towards the toes, breathing in and out as we slowly lower the body down to the mat. Keep breathing in and out. Just let that be as slow as you can manage. Maybe a bit slower than usual. And then when you're back, slowly let it roll down until finally when your head reaches the ground, then let go of the arms, let them flop out to the sides. Take a deep breath in through the nostrils. At last we reach the ground. At last our back is in contact with the ground and we're in this very embodied space, this equilibrium. The head and the body is all in the same plane. It's horizontal. Body like a landscape, like a horizon. Let's just enjoy that release. And then we breathe in. As we breathe out, we press the lower back into the ground and let the knees naturally draw up into the chest and hug the knees. Have a rock side to side first of all. Releasing the back and just exposing the back to the ground, enjoying that contact with the firm ground. So we get a bit of massage, a little bit of pressure and a bit of release into any aches and pains. Good. Hands around the fronts of the knees. As you inhale, you take the knees away, make space between your knees and your body, and as you exhale, you draw the knees in, and we lift the nose towards the knees, maybe even lifting the bottom off the ground, so you're really curving the spine, squeezing the breath out, inhaling, taking the knees away. Extending the arms, exhaling, bringing the nose towards the knees, lifting the head off the ground. As you inhale, you'll lay the head back down. And moving in time with your breath. Trying to go with the full length of both the inhale, so really let that breath expand, inhaling. And as you exhale, squeeze all the breath out. Empty. And if you want to make this a bit more of a bigger movement, I'm going to play around with it a little bit. You can stay with this one, or you can let go of the knees. Inhaling, taking the arms up above the head. You can extend the legs away as far as your back and abdominals will allow. So it might be they just come wide a little bit, and then we come back, exhaling. Maybe you want to build up to a full extension, but you don't have to, it's up to you. Well, the legs aren't going to reach the ground. They're going to stay off the ground as you extend, and then exhaling, coming forwards. But you choose what's appropriate for you right now. It might be they just come away a little bit and you extend, and then you bring the hands back and we lift the head off the ground. So all the time the head comes back to the ground, but the legs stay off the ground, however far you are expanding. And exhaling, squeezing the breath out. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Squeezing the breath out, coming to a very small ball. And of course, you don't have to extend. You can just keep with this movement, inhaling and exhaling. Choose. Try something and then see, actually, I don't feel like that today. That doesn't feel right. Or it feels like I'm pushing myself.
Particularly if you find yourself going into that shaking, then that's too much. We don't want to do that. We want to keep connection with the breath and the body. And there is effort, always there is effort, but the effort is kind effort. So it's, you have to be discerning about what's good for you right now. Whilst not kind of giving up and giving in, it's kind of, there is effort there. And then we'll just hug again the knees. And let's just draw a circle just again to create a bit more ease in the lower back. Lower back always needs lots of attention. So we inhale, we take the knees away, we exhale, we draw the knees in. Drawing a big circle with the knees, and also we're drawing a circle with the ground on the back. And let go of the knees if you want to. Try the hands-free version. If you want to get a bigger circle, keep the knees together. Then you can go without the hands or without the arms. And change direction, either holding the knees or letting the knees go. So you can experiment with that, see which feels better for you. So a little bit more involved with the abdominals without, when they let the knees go a bit further away than than the hands will allow. And then hugging the knees again. Squeeze the breath out. And then inhaling, extend the legs up, extend the fingers up to the ceiling. Push the heels up. And we'll just flex the wrists and ankles, so we point, or we just see what's the range of movement. Pointing the toes and then pushing the heels away. And we move the hands one way and the other way, seeing how much movement is there in the wrists and ankles. And the movement also takes our mind off any effort this takes to have the legs elevated. Good. And then hug the knees again. Another rock and roll. There's the soles of the feet on the ground. Let's have a good extension first of all. We're going to come into a bridge, but first of all, we'll extend the whole body. What we're doing. Okay. Extend the whole body. Take the arms above the head, point the toes, breathing in. Breathing out, push the heels away. Breathing in, point the toes. Breathing out, push the heels away. Keep extending the fingers away. So we're just really giving our body a little treat. So the whole body is supported. We're just giving it a bit of expansion with the breath and with the movement of the legs. You'll feel this in the chest, in the abdominals, in the fronts of the ankles, the backs of the legs, the calves, the thighs. The whole body is getting a bit involved here. And then relax the legs. Arms are more relaxed position, so not extended anymore, just a slight bend in the elbow, making sure that the arms can rest on the ground to some extent. And the legs fall out to the side. Inhaling through the nostrils. Exhaling also through the nostrils, lifting the arms up through space, extending the fingers towards the ceiling, moving them. Arms are fully extended as they move through space. And the hands reach the ground. And then the inhale begins. We're just moving and breathing. Inhaling, the arms come up. Exhaling, the arms come forward. So we're moving the arms in time with the breath. The breath is smooth and even. It's a steady flow of breath. So the effort here is in keeping the mind focused on the movement of the arms and keeping the movement smooth and even, and matching the movement of the arms to the smoothness and evenness of the breath. So we're coordinating. There's a coordination, but the breath is in charge. So we start with the breath. We try and make the breath a smooth, even, steady flow. So we judge how much air we can release as the arms come forwards, and the end of the out breath, there's nothing left, the hands reach the ground, then the in-breath begins. And this also a little practice, very simple, very mindful, also takes us into a more relaxed state with slowing down and a focus. Our mind is focused. So when the mind focuses, the body can relax more. So keeping that steady, one-pointed focus of the mind. It's good for the body and good for the mind. And next time you find your arms either side of the body, let them rest there. And then we're going to bring the soles of the feet onto the ground, close to the buttocks, getting them hips width apart and parallel with the feet. Palms flat down. Just sliding the fingers down towards the bottom of the mat and keeping the chin very tucked in as tightly as you can to the chest. We're trying to expose the back of the neck to the ground. I use the inhale to lift the hips and the exhale to roll the back down. So we can move gradually. Maybe each time you might go a little higher with the hips, inhaling and exhaling. Also keep mindful of the position of your knees and the thighs, so they're not rolling out. We're keeping the thighs strong and evenly spaced. The knees are even spaced. You'll feel that in your thighs. Keep the chin firmly tucked in. So we're keeping that, trying to almost make it touch the chest. So as the chest comes up, it's wanting to meet the chin, and the knees are wanting to go in the opposite direction towards the wall, furthest away. So we're opening the whole front of the body as you inhale, front of the hips, the hip flexors. As you exhale, rolling down. The more you practice this, the more snake-like the spine will become, rolling down, using those abdominals, squeezing them in to get into that last little lower part of the back, which tends to kind of not want to move so much. It really sometimes wants to just plop down in one piece. So we're really trying to get that more fluid. Breathing in and breathing out. Pressing into the feet, pressing into the backs of the arms. All right, it's the last one. Breathing in and breathing out. And then hug the knees to the chest, finish the counter, pose, have a little rock and roll. And then we're just going to place the soles of the feet on the ground, slide the legs away. And we're coming into Shavasana. Let the arms rest out to the sides, palms facing the ceiling. Tuck the chin in lightly. Close the eyes. Just let your body be still. For the last couple of minutes. Time to relax. Let go of everything. And allow the body to sink into the ground. Just feeling the breath slowing down, breath coming in and out through the nostrils. Feeling the belly rise and fall, the chest rise and fall. Feeling the movement of the body. Natural. Feel the nature of your body. Just doing what it's made to do. Breathe and relax. And go into a restorative place. So this is the body restoring. And even just for 1 minute or two, if you completely give yourself to this, it has a very powerful impact, and particularly closes the practice in the most harmonious way. So just allowing yourself this time to gradually soften, soften, soften. Notice the thoughts that are coming up. Notice the busy mind wanting to attract your attention away from just being present and focusing on softening, relaxing, letting go. Every time you notice your mind has wandered off or your attention has become captivated by some interesting thought, use that as a signal to come back to the body, back to the breath. Breath coming in and breath going out.
Coming to the end of our practice. So we return to the day. Just breathe a little deeper. Maybe hug the knees, maybe stretch, breathe deeper, do whatever you feel is good. Waking the body up, coming back to life. Yeah. And gradually coming back. Yeah. Coming to seated in your own time. Opening your eyes and looking around. And just being aware of your body, space occupied by your body, surface of your skin, the day, the daylight, your surroundings. And then we come into our ending. So rub the palms together, create some heat and energy between the palms of the hands. I might need a bit more effort here to get that heat going. Now it's starting to cool down. And then bring that heat and energy to your heart center. One palm on top of the other. Close your eyes. Take your focus inwards. And bring to mind an intention, your sankalpa. Something that you feel will help you through this week. Through these times. Through this transition. Often quite a long transition from the summer into the autumn. And what do you need? So say your sankalpa to yourself with meaning, with feeling, and let it just land in that heart space and let it be held gently, firmly, with love. Namaste. Thank you very much, everybody, for being here. And enjoy the rest of your day.